Alright, time to get started on the stunt plane. We'll see how long this takes anyway. I'm hoping that this should be small enough. I know it's really tough stains, but I'm hoping that we can get this done within like an hour and a half, maybe? You know, maybe. It's optimistic, but heck, I've outrushed this. There's a huge flash of light. Thought it was a gun for instance, but there, okay, instantly calmed. So that's the aftermath of our cleaning the ancient statue. Starting to gurgle again now, but overall, hopefully buy some time. You're welcome, I guess. I totally knew that was going to happen. So it bothers me that the rudder is not even halfway finished, even though I just cleaned literally half of it. Well, there's a seam, I guess, isn't there? There's the inside. Those spots are not actually mold or anything, they're just coming straight off. That's good. That's the thing, I know there's some tough stains on here. There's these egg bits, which actually come off really easily. There's oil, which will take a lot more to shift, and there's some rust, but it's not a big vehicle. And even if I have to turbo every square inch of the damn thing, it can only take a certain amount of time to cover that surface area, so... But then that's what I thought about the fortune teller wagon, but that was slightly larger, to be fair. Even though I paid about the same, I think. Yeah, I'm really hoping to crack through this. The ancient monument, the hand in the desert, that should also go pretty quickly. I mean, the achievement for the hand level is to clean it using only the white nozzle, which I did with the Pro and it was miserable, but the fact that that's a thing means that, well, it can't have too much on it. So I think it's just a case of it's large and fiddly, but not difficult, hopefully. We won't be using the white nozzle, we'll be using the yellow, most exclusively, I imagine. I should make sure that oh, see, I didn't need to be reading that. It looked like it was the sort of thing I'd need to, but I didn't. Always test first. That, on the other hand, has rust right on the end of it. Oh, that's the wheel done, though. Goes all the way to the back. Rear wheel support, rear wheel mount is separate. Okay, interesting. Got to get this side here. Right, I've got to get it at some point, so may as well. Get right down underneath. Yeah, it's going to be stuff like this that takes a while on this one. Come on. You know you, there we go. You know you want to. What's missing from you? Huh? What have I missed on you? Because you look pretty clean to me. Oh, I missed stuff on top, probably. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's get underneath. Alright, so there's a bit of rust underneath, but let's just clear away the worst of it first. And the next bit... Should really have, like, started from the front and worked back, probably, but whatever. This is where it started me, so maybe we're doing back to front. elevator. Which probably needs that bit for a start. But also this side? Do you need a bit on the inside cleaned too? Probably. Okay, well, we'll worry about that after we've done this one. I need to stop just doing the scrubbing motion and just steadily work my way along. I should also be turboing some of this stuff, so that I'm not having to worry about what angle I'm getting on it. Turbo for rust, yellow for pretty much everything else on this, I think. It's weird how it leaves like little waves behind because of how it rotates. As the thing's using one of the extensions, makes it rotate faster, it seems. So it pressurizes it more. Nice, good, that's that one done. So what's missing on this? It's this side, isn't it? Yeah, there we go, okay. Good thinking, me. And more rust. So the problem with the turbos, I have to move fairly slowly in order to not have it miss things with its spinning. But the problem with the red is that even though I can move faster, I need to be careful of which lines I take. Especially if I'm going along edges of things, then turbo I think is just a better option. This is a cool track. I sometimes wonder why I listen to stuff that isn't the epic one, because it really helps to zhuzh up the stream, but the jazz was fun. Okay. I haven't even done the top side of this one yet. I've done this backwards, but whatever. Alright. Yeah. Let's try and see if the rudder will clean. Oh, there's probably a bit on top. No, it's pretty thin. Okay, well, that's good. That's good. Nice. Bit on the insides. Oh, it's so close. On the back. There we go. Okay, it's not that thin. Still does have a bit of structure to it. Okay, this has some weird oil spots. I guess if their engine exploded or something. How about we do this first? Be nice just to know that these are done. Go along the seam. Nice. Yeah, see, I'm missing bits. See, if I crouch, I'm slightly closer to it, so maybe that helps. Means that the track will be slightly wider. Come on. Nice. Oh, of course, I did the middle bit when I was facing from the back, so it only got the inside of this one, probably. God, this is bright. The sun's come out, and now I'm getting glare from it, because I've cleaned it. Nice. Okay. And now we work our way up. So this is all fuselage though, so in many respects I should probably just clean the rest of it properly. Like with the yellow nozzle. And then I'll have a better idea of just how much of the stubborn stains I need to shift. But as I'm saying all of this, as you can see, I'm still just cleaning this part, because that's just how I go. There's a big oil stain on the other side anyway, so it's fine. I'll just do this bit. And then I think we just start working on like the next wings. We work on the top wings. And then maybe just go front to back. At minimum, I should probably just do a yellow nozzle run over pretty much everything. Try and stop myself going too fast on this section. Okay, I wish that was a section so I could get a ding from it. Never mind. And yeah, let's just yellow nozzle it up for this whole area. And then I can see which bits need further attention. So there's the rear cockpit. Oh, it's just a one-seater. Meet you for the very first time ever. Really? Timmy Timmerson the First. Uh-huh. Any relation to Jeff Jefferson? Working at my private airport. So that's the thing, is it's a very kind of late time for them to be introducing a new character. I thought this was going to be Lake Thrust again. Something similar. That, or it's the mayor who has rebranded himself after skipping town. Oh, there we go, yeah. Is that clear? JJXIV. Yep, so he still signs off with the fact that he's Jeff Jefferson or whatever it was. Because he's a dick. I don't quite understand how it all fits in with him in the story and everything, to be perfectly honest. I kind of lost track a while ago with the supposed story of the game. Something about cats going missing, something about Volcano, Lake Thrust kind of jetting about, and then the mayor dropping eggs onto something, and a bunch of manure falling onto a temple from the... Oh no, it was the monks doing the egging, that's right. I very much lost track. And then you've got your friend with the RV, who then goes and investigates the sites and stuff, the ancient monuments and things. I mean, that's the more interesting angle, but also makes no sense, so... Yeah. I'm just here to clean. Okay. Let's get some dings. Nice. I love it when there's just a few, just a few little things that you can just get a quick ding just to see through. Turbo the edges of this, to be honest. This is a track. Nice. Put some throat singing in here. It could be from The Who. It's HU, not WHO, obviously. The hinge is separate, so there we go. Just needed a little bit of encouragement. Nice. Okay, so that's big oil stains there. That's fine. There'll be a bit under the wings too. It's just some awkward angles and oil stains, but meh. Engine cowling is separate. Okay, so this is the edge of the fuselage then. We're going to need to clear off a fair amount of this oil before it gives me a ding on it, that's for damn sure. Probably even stand back a bit more and use the short nozzle, so, short extension rather, so that way it spins a little bit faster. I love it when it comes off with the yellow alone though. This is very nice. I mean, I'll need to do the hinges, that's fine. I'm fine with that. It's probably rusty underneath or something. Yes. Also why I'm doing the bottom wing before I do the top wing, I'm not entirely sure. I'm doing this completely the wrong order for some of this stuff, but never mind. But yesterday we had a private jet fly in. I thought you would... whatever. It's one of those classic cases of, like, they're meant to be secretive, but he just wants to talk to someone, you know. Intended for nothing, it wasn't stationary. No, they were moving. So it's going to be an awkward angle to clean the underside of this. It's so rusty though too. This is where it's going to make me earn my keep. Yeah, green's not going to work, that's for sure. With some of the really light stains, sometimes the green probably would be fine, but I always found that the edges of the track that it would create were just a little bit too fuzzy. So you don't end up gaining much more from the extra angle. Not as much as you might expect. Oh, so much rust. It's fine, at least it's not big. Yeah, this stuff we could basically just stand back a bit further and use like even the long extension or something just to really get rid of it. Of course, these have thick edges to them. Let's get up top. Cat parents, of course, still kind of harking to the cat thing. Right, let's see how bad this is. Should be a fairly sharp edge along here, at least. Oh, upper wing is one big bit as well. That's understandable, but slightly annoying. So much rust. Weird that it's only at the front of the aileron though. I would have thought that it would have gone to the back, like stuff would be, moisture would drip off it or whatever, so it would actually, you know, it's at the trailing edge of the main wing, why isn't it the trailing edge of the aileron as well? Whatever. Shouldn't complain if they're going to give me less to do. You see, it's this where maybe the green would actually be fine. Yeah, pretty much. Especially since I'm having to come back over it with the red anyway. Alright. Now we can see what we're really dealing with. Now we should turbo along the edges. God, that's bright again. Did you have to paint your plane white? I guess so. Well, at least the rust stands out, I guess. See exactly what I still need to clean. Seriously? What have I missed? Oh, I haven't done the underneath of this one. Duh. I did the underneath of the lower wing, I think. Did I? I can't remember. Maybe I just did it with the yellow, I didn't do it with the turbo. I don't know. But there's a lot left on it, so I must not have done it. I thought I had. Walk it back. You can kind of do it pushing away from you, you could even do it side by side, like side to side or whatever. I kind of like the slow drag back, I feel that I have better control over it. Kind of alternate here just to get my wrist going in a slightly different direction though. Alright. I imagine that I'll probably end up having to come back up to get some tiny little spots that I've missed at some point, especially since over this way you've got these just tiny spots of something. Are they rust or? Yeah, they are rust. It's just like spots for some reason. Really weird, but that means I have to pretty much go over the whole wing like this, just back and forward. Hopefully it'll pay off by when we clean the underside. It won't get too pissy about us missing little bits. Little bits that you can barely see. You see, it doesn't quite feel as natural when I'm moving away from me. Even though it is good to alternate. And we'll blind ourselves with this one again. Now what we also need to do is have a drink and move our coffee over to this side. So that way when I'm doing things with my right hand, I can have a drink. I just need to be careful I don't spill it over my laptop on that side. How are we going? We're at 60% and it's not even been half an hour. Perfect. I'm glad this one is going about as quick as I expected. We'd be done by now if I was using the Pro Washer, but you know. Okay, that's the top done. That looks pretty clean. Okay, let's make sure that we're getting the bits in here though. That shouldn't be rusty, I don't think, in there. That would be pretty cool. Though, hey, you never know. I think it actually is. Okay, let's just turbo along here. Just to make sure. Because I've got the good angle to get it since of the way that it's opened at the moment. So let's do this nice and comprehensively. Okay. And the other side... Yep, there's rust in there. Get a bit under the hinge as well, hopefully, but if not, hopefully it won't matter too much. But by doing this here, this might be buying us some generosity from below. This is also why I should have done the top for the bottom wing, because it's backstopping any splash that goes through. Alright. That's better. It's not perfect, but it's something. Underside. So I've done the underside of the other side, maybe? 60%. We've found something amazing in the desert, ready for another historic monument. That's the hand. We get to speak to the hand. Every day brings a new reason to keep your mouth shut. Well, why don't you shut it then? Because I don't care. I literally am here to clean and get your money, okay? I just want your paycheck. Celeb couple flying out tonight. Wow. Probably no one I've ever heard of. Only they're not a couple, if you get my meaning. No, not really, but okay. Okay, so if we do like the short extension... Okay. Bill Shakespeare about the poetic duck. Brilliant. See, the only good thing about those messages is the occasional puns, and even that is debatable. It's not that good. Still missing little bits there. I really shouldn't have bought the bloody soap nozzle. I don't have soap. But I still have the nozzle, which means I accidentally select it every now and then. It just sprays things. It's just got nothing to spray. If you can't spray anything nice, you shouldn't spray at all. Gently does it. This is kind of where having the longer extension on would be good, because then it would spin faster for the turbo and I could use that more comprehensively instead. I mean, we can still use it with the short and move it faster than I otherwise would have. Support strut, you wanna... There we go. Thank you. Sometimes it just needs a little bit of encouragement. It just gets a little bit shy sometimes. Just needs to be, you know, comforted. It needs to know that it's okay to ding. Yeah, let's do long extension, and it goes brr. Problem is then it does a thinner track anyway, but it's basically the equivalent of the red. But you don't have to be quite as precise. Should be this part done. I'm guessing we still have bits missing on the other side that we haven't done though. What haven't we done? Because I thought we'd done the upper wing pretty much. Nope, okay. Only a little bit around the margins. Okay. That's fine then. That explains that. Problem as soon as you can see the beams start to bend too much, then you're getting too close. Trapped in Surreality. Now that's a name of a track. I like that. Let's be honest, that's what life feels like sometimes. Scratch our way down. It's like doing a scratch card. It's without the chance of winning a prize. So the wing struts I haven't even done from the inside. I'd need to stand on top to do those. That's fine. We'll get there. Yeah. Let's turbo this instead. Standing here a while. See, that was extremely generous in what there was remaining, and I put that down to getting the insides of the gaps where these ailerons are. There we go. By being comprehensive there, it bought me some goodwill. Which is always nice. Ding! Hey, Razor. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Hope things are doing a bit better this weekend. I'm not up at 4 AM this time. Ding, ding. There we go. Again, we got the goodwill ding. Goodwill dinging, starring Rob Ding Williams and Matt Dingham. Don't mind me. I may not have been up at 4, but I was still up pretty early. Now you're the one that's like, that's always the way, isn't it? It's like, oh good, everyone's well again. Achoo! Ah, crap. But at least you can more easily recover, hopefully, once everyone else is back on their feet. I think I've just got like a rumbling sort of sinus thing going on, because I've just felt all locked up and horrible. It's been super weird weather here. It was like 4 degrees overnight last week. This week it's 16, 17 again. Celsius, obviously. Hey, nice. I thought I was going to have to clean underneath that. Apparently not. God, this thing is just entirely rust. Okay, why am I still using the long extension too? Side of things the worst. Yeah, it's just annoying. I seem to get them, I think I've got like thin channels or something. What I need to be careful of though is, and because like, I've noticed my jaw getting a bit achy, which means that it might be progressed a bit. And ever since I was even young, I never really felt if I got ear infections. Apparently one time my mum took me into the doctor and was like, I've been complaining about a bit of a headache. Yeah, turns out I had a really bad ear infection. I just hadn't noticed. I don't know, don't have the right nerves in the right places or something. Turns out I just don't feel anything. I think part of it is probably just I tend to just ignore things and get on with it. A lot of the time it's like, well, I still want to do shit, so I'm gonna do my thing. Your body can sort itself out. Yeah, sometimes it bites you. Yeah, I learned that lesson a few years ago. Actually, quite a few years ago. Because I was just really like tired and run down. Yeah, it turns out I had a thyroid issue. And my body was eating itself. But it's always tricky when it's like, you get to a point that, yeah, I'm used to feeling like this. So you just don't think anything of it, right? Especially if it is just symptoms like being tired or a bit sore. So I've got a lot of reasons why I'm tired and a bit sore. But it's when it's something new and different. And my whole body aches because I have a lot to do. I'm constantly... I don't get a break from arms day, so... At some point, this billionaire, probably the most secretive in the world, is flying in. So why are you telling me? Just polish the tip there. Business acquaintance of mine, probably the most interesting of the lot. Cool. It's lonely rich people problems. They just want to be able to talk to someone, right? I feel like I'm playing Persona. Is this a social link? Lives in a cave like a superhero. Or a supervillain. Such secret. Such secret. Much incognito, wow. Sister the heck out of him. He's going to take me there one day. Can't wait. Yeah, that sounds like a Bond villain. And that'll be Blake Thrust. It's like, yeah, the name like that, he's superhero or supervillain, right? He's either the Batman or the Lex Luthor. Or just a weird super rich dude. I mean, there is also that. But this is a game, so it's got to be relevant somehow, right? He's literally the dude who has a jet with anti-gravity and a laser weapon. So, I mean, you know. Is he Thunderbirds or is he Scorpion? Is Scorpion the bad guys, I think? One of those. Dredging through the annals of my mind. I should probably put an extension on for this. And let's just turbo the crap out of it with the extra long. It's always really satisfying to just watch it go brrrt. Probably excessive, but it's fun. It's funny how it never targets things properly when you're using the aim mode though. How does a plane get to the state? I know, right? I mean, the eggs and stuff is something in relation to the story, I think. I forget exactly what. But the oil and rust, like, how do you let it get to the point of being so rusty? This is not flyable. I could understand if it was just the rust, if it had been, like, in storage for a while, it had just been, or, like, left in a field. But then why the eggs and the oil? You know, clearly it's been in active use by someone who I mean, they clearly don't have an FAA equivalent, right? Or at least not one that does any enforcement. Okay, so what bit's doing it? So propeller is still not done for some reason. And I can't quite tell why. It's probably because it's behind something. I'm just gonna spray things and pray. Oh, there we go. Yep, there we go. Good. And now the propeller blades. The top one's going to be annoying. But then this one's already being annoying. So, okay, let's just take the extension off and get up close so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, see, now I can actually see where there's bits that it's not reflecting. There we go. Nice. Especially after soak literally everything, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be really rusty after I'm finished because I'm just peppering the paint and leaving it wet. But, you know, it's what they paid me to do. I just love this idea that power washing is it's the answer to everything, even rust. Not sure about that one, mate. This game is the quintessence of if all you have is a hammer. Very wet hammer. Where would the fun in that be? Yeah, sure it works. To be fair, it would work in that with a powerful enough beam, it would definitely scour away the rust, but then you're left with pitted metal. So that's where you need to then come along, and you know, it's just not our job, right, to finish it off. We're getting it to the state that someone else can come along with the special metal filler compound that you use in those cases. There is basically like a metal epoxy, I believe. So it's like I think a multi-part stuff where you apply it and it bonds to the existing metal. But it has to be nice and clean and not rusty when it does it, right? So don't rationalize it, soak it and go, yeah. I can't help it, that's just what I do with games. It's fun coming up with headcanons for absurd things that make otherwise no sense. Makes me feel slightly better about myself sometimes. Okay, backside of the umbrella? Propeller. Under my propeller, Ella. Now we just need Tom Holland, and we're sorted. Hey, Marissa. Welcome. Good to see you. Hope things are good. Hey, got it. The top one's going to be really annoying because I need to get in physics. Physics is a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's not so bad. Hey, Lulu, welcome. Thank you for the raid. What were you playing? I can't remember if I got a shout-out command working or not. One moment, caller. So... Does that work? No. Bot's probably dead anyway. Ah. I clicked back into the preview screen thinking that it was the game window. That's an interesting emote. What's that one? Scrappy spin. That's glorious. Yes, welcome Lulu. Hopefully playing Left 4 Dead 2. Oh, nice. Still going. That's a game with some legs to it. Cheers for the good luck. This one's not too bad, at least. The next level might also be okay. We're at the tail end of the career, so they do get tricky. Like, this is definitely... Oh, there we go. This is definitely very filthy. Dirty. But it could be worse. It's not as big as some that we just finished doing last week. There was the subway, which was like an 11-part 11-part feature. Basically a Netflix series. Better than some of them they've made. So this one is colourful, it's kind of technical, it's got tricky angles, and that's fine. I don't mind this sort of map. It's not just big and annoying. Every little bit is slightly different. I like a variety of challenges. Whereas, yeah, the subway was definitely the worst because it just feels twice as big as it needs to, and then all of the paint was just repeated textures and it just felt so tedious. The washroom was up there as well, but at least it had a bit more variety. And the graffiti and stuff was, I wouldn't say intelligent, but it was distinct, you could say. Like, it had different patterns and stuff in each stall and everything, so that was better. It just had a bit more inventiveness put in. The subway just felt like the devs just stopped caring as well. Almost got this one. Seems I must have done the underside of that already. Don't even remember doing it. I'm really good at just not remembering what I've been doing. Get the exhaust. I think I need to do a little bit more from the back side. There's probably a bit of a gap. Let's work our way down here. This is a very noisy song to be called Stealth Bomber. Each their own. If I stand on the... can I stand? Oh, I've got to get onto the wing and then crouch. That's right. But that actually gives me a much better angle for doing this. It's just all rust. Oops, all rust. Oops, I rusted again. And yeah, there's the inside bit of the exhaust. Let's just turbo this maybe. There we go, yeah, because there'll be tricky angles. Should do that down the seam as well, actually. Okay. Oh, we've missed a spot underneath here. Underneath? Yeah, underneath. Words are hard, guys. Work our way down here. We can also do it from the front looking back, obviously. Oh good, that's the support done. All the white bits then just get so blinding. Hey, good. And jump. Yeah, it's actually not too bad now. We can get a bit more by standing on the wing again. I probably should have paid a bit more attention to some things like while I was already up there. Okay, we're going to just turbo this because we're going to need a bit of splash. Literally splash damage. Well, splash cleaning, or whatever. It's awkward too because it's a curved surface. Yeah, man. I think I need to do the underside on the other side as well. Sometimes it's just hard to see what you've cleaned or if you've missed something just from the splashes that it does. I appreciate the effects, but yeah, I haven't done this side at all. It's like a rusty rugby ball. That's not regulation. Nice. Good. The wheel itself, though, needs work. What's missing on the wheel? The front. Cool. The underside of the wing now. And a bit more fuselage. Fuselage is probably the last thing that's gonna ding. So I just did like a yellow nozzle rinse to start with. Let's see how much of this cleans off. It'll probably be everything except the back part with the rust. Which is fine. This one doesn't actually have any rust on it. Oh, they threw me a bone with this. The spoon feed. Glorious. We got the immediate ding because we'd done everything on top already. Beautiful. Ah, and there we go. Cockpit, handle, and fuselage. Okay, so the handle I haven't done the underneath side of, I guess. Yeah, there you go. And now it's just the fuselage, and that's all we've got left. I love it when that happens. I've managed to be methodical enough. That's one of the kind of problems, like a sort of logic puzzle almost, of doing these maps, is that I like working my way to the point that I have eliminated the options. So when I get to the end, you know, the only things remaining are the things that I know about. Don't like having to go chase after tiny little bits. We've done that before. It's always so irrationally satisfying to have it, just to have the plan come together like that. And this probably isn't even going to make me clean every little bit, maybe, I'm not sure. Because it's already very close. And I know there's a big oil stain on the other side that I have yet to do. I should probably stand on the other wing to get a bit closer to this. I'll just walk over. Cool. Around the other side, and yeah, all of this. I mean, rather than scrubbing away the little bits, I should just work on the big obvious thing and see how much it actually makes me do. Voila. Nice. We're almost at 20,000. Brilliant. Boing. Can I stand? I just stand on the propeller blade. Brilliant. And there's the time lapse. Looks much better, that's for sure. So where the time that it actually spent on that time-lapse was about the same as for a much larger level. You asked if I'm free to do a bell tail slide for the new Mint Spies Christmas movie, and I can, it's all thanks to you.